Thanks so much, and thank you, George. That was a weird night. The judges were drawn out of the hat, the cores went on in any order, and they decided at a blink of an eye just to go to 6 judges without trialing anything. That was a unique year for sure. So 41 years ago, I saw my first drum corps show in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. It was a senior corps show, and the Buccaneers and Cavaliers blew me away. But there was this special exhibition by the Troopers. It was 1974, and I was really confused why junior corps was better than the senior corps, so I said, boy, I got a lot to learn, but I think I want to do this. Luckily, I was able to join the Royal Crusaders 2 years later. Since that time, I've definitely been hooked. I have to say that standing up here is surreal, and phrases like in a blink of an eye all come to mind, but just don't really cut it, especially now that I'm looking out at everybody. I must say that there's a famous book that I think everybody knows, and it's titled Everything I Needed to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. And I didn't go to kindergarten, so I believe very strongly that everything I know I learned in drum corps. First lesson was great teachers make the difference. In Finleyville was Randy Sanderbeck, Jan Fung, and of course Mike Coomer. Mike had a profound influence on me as a judge, designer, instructor, and administrator. In the Guardsmen, it was Ralph Johnson and the legendary Jim Campbell. Jim also had a profound impact on me as a musician, judge, instructor, designer, and program coordinator. And I was able to take the baton from him at the Cavaliers. Very early in my career, actually while I was still of age to march, I had an opportunity to teach an all-girl corps from Butler called the CDVA, or Catholic Daughters of America. It was there that I witnessed great teachers, Herc Allen, Bruno Zuccala, Jack Radica, and my good friend Ron Cruzan. What these gentlemen accomplished with an average age of about 11 and a half made me truly appreciate the art of teaching. At that time, I actually learned that knowledge, pedagogy, and experience wasn't what it took to be a great teacher. It was how you impact, how you respect your flexibility, and of course your passion. Soon after I aged out, I had the opportunity to judge a drum corps show, and it was something I never, just like an administrator, you see how that turned out, that I ever wanted to do. I thought it was a thankless task. Because it was close to my house, I reluctantly said okay, and I said, okay, let's see how we do this. And that was right at the transition of TICS to build-up system and things like that. So I went to the well of just great judges, and I got my tapes out from corps that I had taught. I specifically remember Len Carey tapes, Gus Barbaro tapes, Rodney Goodhart tapes, and many, many more. And I just listened, and I figured, okay, that's how you do it. And what I listened and what I heard was that it's not really what you say, but it's more how you say it. So this judging thing caught up, and thanks to the mentorship of Don Angelica, Joe Cola, and Jay Kennedy, my judging career evolved to national exposure and eventually judge administration. There is no doubt that my greatest personal and professional growth occurred during the time as a DCI judge administrator. From the science of evaluation to the habits of great leaders, I learned it all. For 9 years, I was blessed to collaborate with numerous Hall of Fame instructors, and of course, George O., John Phillips, Don Hill, Jay Kennedy, and Ken Turner. Men, thank you for helping me discover leadership, both servant leadership and visionary leadership. In the fall of 1997, Jeff Fiedler and Bruno Zuccala approached me about joining the design team of the Cavaliers. I still remember that day. I remember where I was, and I asked about 10, 15 people to actually pinch me. So, with the support of my perfect family, I accepted that position after 14 years as a judge. At the first Cavalier design instructor, and there was some board of directors meeting, I quickly noticed how down to earth everybody was and soon understood why this corps had been around for 50 years. So now, here I am, 18 years later, I stand before you simply as a representative for numerous Cavalier designers and instructors that are equally as grounded as they are talented and truly deserve this recognition and spotlight as well. Those include Sly Sobilski, Judd Merritt, David Bertman, Brian Tinkle, Nate Holland, Ed Rausch, Scott Atchison, Stephen Estadillo, Travis Spees, and so many more. Sitting alongside of incredible designers, Richard Saucedo, Brett Kuhn, Eric Johnson, Jim Casella, Michael Gaines, Andy Toth, Bart Woodley, Alan Miller, Mike McIntosh, and Drew Shanefield. Gentlemen, thank you for your friendship and your well-deserved Hall of Fame contributions. I humbly accept this honor on your behalf, and to all those past and present volunteers, tour managers, and members, you too deserve this same recognition. To Dave Flynn, Adolph DeGrawi, and of course, Don Warren, the Cavalier culture is a model that should be emulated in every organization with high standards, and actually my biggest life lesson to date. That is, work to create an atmosphere where you put students or the kids at the center of every decision, look to hire the best staff possible, support them, but stay in the wings to allow them to do their jobs. To Mark Ackerson and Chris Lugo, I retire knowing the future of the Cavaliers is bright with you at the helm, and look forward to seeing the organization flourish in ways never imagined. Koter family, you inspired me to work harder. Oh, excuse me, sorry. You inspired me to work harder each and every day. Ryan and Morgan, my children, my beautiful children, thanks for sharing me with thousands of kids over the years. Carol, thank you for being the kindest and most supportive person on earth. I love you dearly. Lastly, thank you to Dave Blasco, Freddie Martin, Jim Campbell, Michael Gaines, and Adolph DeGrawi for your humbling endorsement letters. Congratulations to Tom, Bill, John, and Jeff on your well-deserved appointments. And thank you, DCI, for this special evening and this wonderful, life-changing activity. Thank you so much.